Becky, we've talked about this boy child who is so broken. Analyzed he has come from a very hard background, a raped boy.
With a lot of pain.
With a lot of pain. That pain that he did not deal with. And actually those are men that you are dealing with right now. They were so broken. Even others were not raped.
Yeah, pain can come from.
Yes.
You were abandoned.
Yes.
You
Neglected.
You grew with an absent father.
Yes.
You grew in an abusive relationship.
Yeah.
You grew being not heard.
Yes. Not happy.
Not happy, not given attention.
Yeah.
You just grew broken.
Yeah.
And so that's where we are.
So now, and you can see he came from ghetto, a bad setup. And he gone to the university and he's uneducated and he's working in the bank right now. And he's also has class now because he already learned. We have seen him with a beautiful corporate woman. Oh, Joyce.
Yeah.
Class. Sassy. Oh, everything. And I think that was a dopamine of Jonas.
Yeah.
Because you can say, I love Joyce. Then Joyce is my wife and she will not go anywhere. How did we get there? Was also Joyce broken? Or where are we with Joyce and Jonasi? And that is where most of us, this is a story of me.
Yeah.
It's so emotional because this is me. Yeah. And that is what I want us to analyze.
Now, this comes, first of all, don't forget, now, Jonasi knows how to survive. Learned the survival skills.
From day one.
From day one. Because now he's a broken, so he knows how. So he's charming. Now, what I'm not very sure is whether Joyce had a father. Because all of us, we meet this charming guy. You fall for him. Because looking at Jonas, he had the looks. He is sharp. He is everything.
Money.
Okay, Joyce had more money than Jonasi. But Jonasi had...
And also so very romantic. Let's not forget about that.
And romance.
I was very romantic.
I tell you. And that's how Joyce found herself in such a relationship. And automatically, Joyce lost herself.
Wow.
Okay?
Wow.
Because she became attached. She became chosen to this man. And so, when you lose yourself, you live a life of battle. So Joyce, you can see, she's living a life of battle. Did you see her holding Jonasi not to go? Because now, you're going and leave me. So this is what happens. So when you become so attached and lose yourself, your identity surrounds your man. So you have no identity.
Becky.
And that is what's happening to most of us as women. We get married, we are corporate, we are business women, we are what we knew ourselves. But because of identity, we lose our identity to this person. When you have no identity, you are nobody. So your identity is this man. And so you get attached to him.
Becky, you're taking me back. And I said this is becoming
emotional.
Because this is us.
Yeah.
This is what we are living every day.
Yeah.
So you're telling a woman becoming chosen is nothing.
Yes, because now you lose your worth. Your worth becomes that man.
I want to scream on the camera.
Yeah.
Is because I am not allowed. And don't forget, Becky is my therapist. So if I scream on this camera, behind the door, behind the cameras, I will get it rough. But now I want you to listen and listen again. Becoming chosen is not
an identity. You must have your own identity. Now, when you have no identity, you become now attached to someone, so you have no worth. You are okay outside, but inside you're empty. You survive through this person. Can you imagine? Even this person becomes like air. That's why you're seeing Joyce holding this man. Don't go screaming. She literally held sijui kama ulimwona holding even his leg. Please, Jonasi, don't go to Matiba.
The part that, and you know, she stayed 1 whole year without Jonasi not coming in the house. And what irritated me most is her walking up to Matipa's house and giving him a card to come celebrate anniversary that was not there.
Remember, I don't want you to forget, when you have no identity, you must prove everything. You must remember also Joyce, because of the status they were in, she must retain the status. And everybody knew they will have an anniversary.
She had even a brand to maintain.
And the man is at Matipas. So, even the person you're doing with anniversary is begging, you don't do this, because my heart is somewhere else.
And why did, in your own thinking, why do you think the guy showed up?
You see, this guy is also very unstable.
Okay.
Do you remember this is a broken boy?
Okay.
What happens with such a situation, emotionally they are very immature. Even the part that regulates emotion, just like the way empathy is 0. So emotionally they are very immature.
So there's a part of them that they didn't grow up.
Yes.
So the immaturity came here.
Yes. And so now, he's not also very settled here at Matipa, because he would not have showed up.
And when I talk about immaturity, we are only discussing Jonasi because he's a man, but also there are also some women who are like Jonasi.
Not some, many.
Many
women.
Many of us who the maturity level is there down because we have not dealt with those gaps of our childhood traumas.
Yes.
So when you're discussing Jonasi, don't look at him as a man, get deep, even look at as a woman. The immaturity that is so deep in us. And there's something else I want us to go back before we analyze the party and the anniversary. Just when, after the anniversary, Jonasi came back, she was thinking she was pregnant.
Yeah, they even went for holiday. Have you forgotten?
Yeah.
And you see now, that is where now we miss it. When, after the anniversary, Jonasi came back, Joyce was excited. You know, there's that part of a woman like...
There was a confusion and excitement.
Yeah. Like, if I don't do this, maybe he'll go back. Let me do it. Let me show even the other woman that now my man has come back. I mean, see, they even go for holiday. But the guy is not there. And that is how trauma bond comes. You feel so bad about the abuse. You're abused. Then one thing, he does something good. And you're like, oh, maybe I can try again. So you keep trying, you become addicted to hope and pain. That was Joyce. When you lose and you live that life of trauma and life of battle, you lose your perspective. Wow. Of where you are going as a woman. You lose even your boundaries, you lose your confidence, you lose everything. And now fear creeps in. Fear of abandonment, fear of investment, that we did all this investment. Remember J&J? You want to leave this investment? How many of us keep singing that song? Remember where we came from? We came from 0.
I have built you.
I have built you
from nothing. Sasa unataka kuambia wanawake waache kujenga wanaume?
I am not saying that, but I'm saying we don't fight because we love the man. We fight because of fear of being rejected.
How about this? Because J&J, I remember Joyce telling Jonasi that me, I was 30%, I owe 30% of that company.
True. But remember, when you find yourself, that's how I tell women, you start now waking up, knowing very well their laws.
Okay.
But you see, you don't want to go that direction because you fear abandonment. You fear rejection. You fear that he will not choose me, he'll choose another woman. What about if he chooses Matipa And for Matipa, it will work out.
But the fear of abandonment, you have already chosen Matipa on my face.
But remember, you've missed hope, addiction of hope and pain. I'm still hopeful it won't work.
Joyce, she didn't have a problem. The problem is the addiction.
Yes.
And this is the addiction you're talking about, even religion, alcohol, sex, and all those
things are addictions. That's why we find ourselves staying in those toxic relationships. And I'm not saying we leave. All I always say, wake up and see. So when Joyce was waking up, she woke up as a very bitter woman. Her mission was to kill.
Wow.
And she accomplished.
She accomplished, because I think when a woman is revenging, even the devil stays aside.
But now,
and don't forget, when you're revenging in pain.
Yeah.
So where are we leaving these children?
I was coming there. When this woman gets lost, because you've lost perspective, you've lost confidence, boundaries, you forget even parenting. I hear women saying, oh, but I go to school meeting. But you go there when you're not focused. Because of the pain. So look at Joyce's children. Look at, that boy is following the line of, did you see the barrio?
Yeah.
That boy
was having,
with Rindani.
So, and you remember, we are sure Rindani is HIV.
Of course.
So the HIV also has come back. Don't forget,
yes,
Joyce is revenging. Now he has made sure that Jonasi is HIV positive. And Jonasi is on the grave. But don't forget, the son of Joyce is now on the verge of getting HIV.
Now, that's very true. Our children may not get HIV, but we are leaving very broken children. You see what is happening in schools. Because the pain, you see our schools, because our kids are absorbing our pain. And because now they don't know how to deal with pain, they are looking for attention in schools, in behaviors, in clubs, and all that. That tells us, Siri Danina, that Kagao, is a whole representation of our Gen Z.
So we are dealing with two generations here.
Yes. We have the Millennium Joyce, we have Matipa, we have this Rindani, a whole Gen Z, who also, with her pain, gets attached to a very rich guy. Mbaba, real Mbaba. She even creates that life she thinks of
going to Johanna's garden,
the best hotel. And we are like, you're saying,
and she's getting tips from Jonas's daughter what she's going to eat and everything.
Yes, because she has never lived such a life.
Becky, we are representing here 3 generations. The first generation is where Jonasi has come from. So the pain he was inflicted by the parents. Now Jonasi here has also inflicted pain to another generation.
His own kids,
which is the Gen Z. So we already have the generation in pain.
Trauma after trauma.
And we will not run away from this Joyce.
Yeah.
From Joyce, from us, right now.
Joyce is us.
Joyce is us.
Yeah.
And as we are living the life and the pain that was inflicted by our parents.
Yeah.
Bad parenting, bad fathering. Like for me, I usually say, I used to see my father twice or thrice in a year.
Yeah.
When he came back as a broken and a sick man.
Can I tell you something? You see the way you saw your father? That's what your brain is familiar with. When you are getting married, because your brain is familiar with that environment, you attract your father.
I can comfortably say that. This is something I'm not scared to say because my therapist is here. When I went back, when I was analyzing, and when I analyzed my relationship, one of the first relationships that I was dealing with half part of my father.
Yeah.
The second person I was dealing is the other half. No, he completed my father. So you see now I am in millennial that has inflicted that pain from my father. So if I don't watch out, I'm going to inflict this pain to my children.
Yes, to your daughters.
This is tough.
Look at Joyce's daughter. Her boyfriend. She has a boyfriend who is also sleeping with other girls. Slept with Linda, with Sarah.
And Sarah, don't forget, is a sister.
I know.
And she said she wanted their attention.
Yes. So was that even a genuine boyfriend?
No, it wasn't.
So Jonas's daughter is attracting the father.
Now, where are we going to end up, Nani? Can you please let this camera look at me and let the Becky tell us, because now we are replica of that generation. Somebody like me, I don't shy off because I saw a bad father growing up. I grew up in a very broken family and a bad family, and that is why you see my marriages, they don't work, because I have already adopted.
But now they will start working.
Because now I have been walking this journey. If I were to get married again, but can Becky explain to us in a nutshell, what shall we do for this generation?
For this generation, what we need to do, we need first of all us to heal us. Until you heal, you are able to heal others. Some of us grew in a generation where our mother showed us that we prioritize other people. I laugh with people and I tell them, when we were growing up, there used to be the reverends who would come to our houses. So that day when the reverends are coming, we do the good meal, the house is cleaned, because our mothers showed us to just give and forget ourselves. And we're also teaching our children. So when they are empty, when we are empty, when we see that someone is coming to fill our cup, our children, we are showing them. So even now, they are looking for other people to fill their cup. So we need first of all to breathe in and out, step back and say, hey, I need to heal. Then ask the Joyce. We need to respect our partner's decision. He decided to go to Matipa.
So he decided to cheat. He decided to cheat.
He's happy with cheating.
Let him,
celebrate his decisions. So that you start telling yourself, I need to choose me. I need to work on me. And I have no problem. It is bad behavior. Why am I running to burn Matipa's house? You see,
I know. We forgot that part.
I'm running to burn Matipa's house and to look for the other woman. Well, yes, the other woman has no problem. The problem is
my husband.
Is my unhealed wound that cannot tell me my husband has a problem. He's the one who's choosing other women. I shouldn't go and fight other women. I should ask myself, is that the kind of a man I want that I keep chasing? But now we chase and beg until now you have nothing to chase.
You are empty.
You can only get attached to them emotionally, financially, spiritually. You are nothing. So you keep hoping that one day things will be okay. The Bible says, I don't know what. And you are destroying a generation. Wow. And then we are complaining. This is the generation that you're seeing all over.
I saw somewhere, Becky, somebody said that if you have a gastritic problem, shida ya tumbo, go look deeper whether you've healed from some of the traumas.
Thank you.
Father traumas, mother traumas, relation traumas, mother wounds.
Yeah.
Traumas that you have already
No,
healed.
we are not sick. To be frank, we are not sick. You see now, when you, like Joyce, when you emotionally, now you lose yourself, you lose your voice, you lose all, those are the thyroids. Wow. When you cannot express yourself emotionally and all that, that's a chest pain. When you carry all that heavy, all that you want to, you live a life of fighting. You see the life of women that we are living in an emotional battlefield. It's not in a relationship. Fighting, checking the phone. He's with who? The pain. Okay. And remember, Joyce she's in her 40s, perimenopausal. Combined with that, and the gut. We're not sick. We need to heal here. But sometimes we think that we need to heal the relationship. No, you need to heal you. Then the relationship will follow where it will follow.
I remember when I started seeing Becky, and I went to see Becky and I told Becky I'm having problems here and there. And you told me we are first healing you first.
Yeah.
And I can comfortably say that I have not healed. I'm in a journey of healing. And it takes time to heal. And I'm still finding myself. And I always tell Becky I am a very serious fighter because I'm also a survivor. Probably some of us, they don't accept that situation. Especially the narcissistic men, because they always blame it. Tumefanywa. Can you be able to enlighten us on that situation? And I also forget to say that we talked about where we put our pain. We put our pain in alcohol, in sex, in religion. We even forget food.
Yeah.
You find somebody is eating and you're like, what is your problem? That is where they're able to numb their pain even with eating. And when I try to tell about people eating. So, can you be able to explain to us, this person who still believes that he does not have a problem? Can you be able to explain to me when they tell you, and they come and tell you, my problem is my wife, my problem is my husband, me, I don't have any problem, and they have refused to accept they have a problem and they do not want to heal. Can you be able to take us through that journey?
Yeah, let me tell you, see, Jonasi is a sick child, broken. Accepting that I am the problem feels like an attack, and they learned that. Look at the life of Jonasi. Is there a time he believed that he is a problem?
No, he was forced.
He was blaming everyone.
Yeah, he was forced.
He would even, when like Jonas, let's talk, don't start that. You see? Because when you're dealing with a knack, they don't believe they are the problem.
Before we go there, was Jonasi a knack or toxic or broken or hurt? Who was Jonasi?
I can't give him a whole diagnosis because maybe I need more
analysis,
but I can tell you he was very broken.
Okay, broken.
He was very empty.
Okay.
I also picked up narcissistic tendencies, so I cannot place him under full blown.
Okay.
I don't want to be answerable of NPD, but of course I picked the knack tendencies, broken, and someone who couldn't understand what they want. When you don't understand what you want, you keep chasing. And so that is where we are. For a knack, they will never accept I have a problem.
Wow.
Because it's a problem, it's not me, it's others. Because accepting a problem means that you're saying I'm a bad person. Remember, they live with image. So my image is good. I'm a good person. It's my wife. It's my husband.
But Becky, I'm supposed to accept I have a problem so that you can, when I go to my doctor, I tell my doctor, I am hurting. I am feeling pain here. When I lift my hands here, there's pain here. I accept I have a problem here so that I can heal. So them, they don't accept they have a...
Did you see even when Jonasi was told he has HIV? Did he accept?
He did not even accept to take medication.
Thank you. Because...
Oh, okay.
He doesn't have a problem.
I am telling you, this show of you and me, Becky, we will do another show next time.
Yeah, we will.
Because this show is...
And Nak can never accept a problem.
That is why he's not even accepting to take medication.
He's not sick. HIV is for other people, not me. You doctor, you don't know what you're saying. Even when they come for therapy, they come to report what have been done. So it's a lot of work to make them sit down and have, the capacity to reflect. So you have first of all to build that capacity as a therapist. And it's a lot of work to reflect and say you have a problem. They don't know they have a problem. And actually, because of believing their own lies, they believe other people are the problem.
when you talk about, you've talked to me about that so many times, in mpaka I am feeling I will burst when you say that they believe their own lies.
Yeah.
How would I believe my own lies? This is my pen and it's my pen. So there's no it shall be your pen. Can you explain to me how this is your pen?
It is my pen, and actually this pen is not pink. This is white. And it has some maroonish. Can't you see?
Becky, you are triggering me.
You know why? Because they grew with survival.
Okay.
So they have to survive, and they learned that skill. And that's why they became pathological liars.
Oh!
Survival. So they now believe that is truth. I will twist it that this is not pink but maroon. And that's why I have been telling you, Grace, you are colorblind. If you can understand, okay, if that's what you think, you start questioning yourself, your sanity. I thought it's pink. Maybe he knows what he's saying. Maybe it's maroon.
So you even yourself start doubting yourself.
Exactly. And that's the idea. That's the idea.
And now,
let's not talk about Matipa. Joyce finds this guy even in bed with Lindani.
Yes, in
their own house. And he's able to justify. And let's not talk about it. And they are very good at that. You'll never solve anything.
With a narcissist.
Yes.
I remember I once had in one of my relationship with a narcissistic person. And we parted ways, and we parted very badly. Mimi ni mkabete. Aliniekelea kofi na mimi nikaekelea.
So you are an abuser. But thank God you went for therapy.
I went for therapy. That is why I went looking for Becky. And I remember before then we went for therapy, not with you, with another person, with that relationship. And the therapist said, is that relationship toxic? And one of you is bipolar. And I remember that man went round with the word. The therapist said that my wife is bipolar. How can you live with a bipolar person? So I am tending to understand what you are saying, where they go telling lie after another lie after another lie. What is their end? How do they end up?
To protect my image.
But as much as you're protecting your image, how long are you going to lie?
Some end up.
Because look at the relationship that Jonasi had. How many were they?
There is Essie,
there
is Joyce, there is Matipa, there is Rindani.
Yeah. And don't forget the one who infected him with HIV.
Yeah, the one that. By the way, why don't we talk about her? I always forget her.
Yes.
I hope I'm not a narcissist, because why am I smiling when I think about how Joyce crafted all that?
Sometimes I also feel don't talk about it.
But you see, it's because Joyce never healed. That's not the best way to revenge, because that was not the best way.
How I think I'm also toxic. Hold on. I think I'm also toxic, my therapist, because I will also revenge almost similar to Joyce.
Are you serious?
Yes, I will.
I really need to work on you.
Yes, you do. Yes, I will. I will revenge like Joyce. I will send somebody, get out of my house fast. That is the first thing I will do. Throw you out with your bag. Second, I will look for a revenge because I did not get what I wanted from you and you lied to me. You have done all the evil. I will revenge. So you are telling me I'm toxic. What was she supposed to do?
You have some traits of toxicity because of your trauma. Remember, we've been working on trauma.
Yeah, I know.
And also, when you're in a battlefield, I've told you, Joyce was not in a relationship. A time came when she was in a battlefield, fighting. It changes who you are. The reason why I tell women to heal is because personally I've worked in Rangata. I've worked, of course, before you graduate, you work in different stations. And when I talk to the women who have done great things to their men, they weren't murderers. They weren't.
It's a situation.
It's a situation that you push to a corner.
So you are telling us that it's good to work on yourself
yourself. Those revenge are not important. You remember Joyce even went in because of
2 times.
That's where she got the woman.
Yes, who was HIV?
Yeah.
2 times. Becky, this topic is vast.
Yeah.
I think I will host you for the next 3 weeks. But as much as it is fast, I'm hosting you for the next 3 weeks. There are 2 things I want you to address in the few minutes that we have. I want you to address the modern day Joyce. And the second, I would want you to address the broken boy. I don't want to call him narcissistic. Because if he knew he would become narcissistic, he would not be here. That's a child who is sick and does not want to accept he's sick. Because even if Jonasi accepted he was HIV, he would have taken medication.
He would be alive.
So can you address the modern day Joyce right now? And then we also address the modern day Jonasi.
Okay. So for the modern day Jonas, who is me, another woman, because a day will come when we are going to talk about men. Women, it's very important to work on yourself. Start the work of inner healing, and then stop confusing attachment with love. Stop confusing fear of abandonment, fear of what will people say, fear of where I'll start with love. It's fear. Deal with those fear. Fear of my children. Already you're spoiling those children. But if you can heal, and you know what I tell people, Grace, imagine you can heal and not leave that relationship. You can heal in the crime scene. You can heal and leave and start all over again. I've seen women who have started all over, and God was with them. So stop chasing and begging that man. Start emotionally detachment. Detach yourself so that you're able to see things the way they are. You see Jonasi. And for Jonasi, and now I'm speaking to a man, not so many men, or not so many people, even women, know that they are narcissists. But when you look at your background, when you look at the pattern of your life, you are having different women, you want to sleep with that woman, that tells you there's a big problem. And that problem can be addressed in therapy. Because we will go down and see what is this pain that you are numbing with the women or with work. You are alcoholic, you are what? So it's good to look for therapy, and I'm telling men, it's okay to speak. It's okay to be broken so that you work on yourself and you become a better father, a better man. You become satisfied with that woman.
I think we are not supposed to be shy with brokenness.
No.
Because it is not our making. It was done to us without knowing.
Yeah.
You said that you can be able to heal at crime scene.
Yeah.
There's a question I will ask you, Becky, as a therapist here. How would I heal in a crime scene when I have done nothing? And we say that those narcissistic who are not money, they howl insults on you. They abuse you. They can remove any words. They bring you down to their level. How would I sit with that person for the rest of their life? Because they will make me think that I am like that. I will die. How am I going to stay with that kind of a personality?
Unfortunately, that's a topic we will have, healing in a crime scene, because healing in a crime scene is not an easy job, okay? It makes you see the person you are living with. So it makes you stop revenging and start planning what you want. So it makes you become, you're already entangled. You get out of the nest and see it for what it is and ask yourself, is this what I want? If it's no, you start planning your way out. But you must heal. Not everyone is able to jump. I have seen people who jump and they work it. But this is a topic I don't want to start because I have to give you the background. My friend, I have a whole exit plan manual.
But now, as much as you have a whole exit plan manual, I've already dealt with that one who is very toxic, who is vulgar, who is a poison, who is bad, who is vulgar. How about the other one who is not vulgar, does not talk, has given you a big house, children in better school. You have a nice car. You are not supposed to work. You're supposed to adore me, but he does not have time for me. He goes from Friday, he comes back on Monday morning. He can pay school fees, he can give you food, but I don't even see his nakedness.
Yeah, because he's avoidant and he is, all of them are very transactional. He's not connected with you.
So how am I going to stay like him? So it's not about chasing him. It's about staying in a crime scene with him.
And then you heal and look for your own personal happiness. That is a topic I don't want to start. I will give you a whole 1 hour teaching you that it doesn't need someone with trauma. You must work your trauma. So that when I call you a dog, you don't look at yourself as a dog. You look at him and know he has a problem. It has nothing to do with me. You finish him slowly. Today was about Jonasi. I will have a time to talk about that.
This is Grace Muthuma show. And you have started with a high note of Becky Gitau. Personally, I have not had enough with her. Personally, I have not even finished. I am not yet finished with you, Becky. It's only a 45 minutes thing, and it's like we have not even analyzed the other characters, or only analyzed one, who is Jonasi. We have others to analyze. Why are we doing analyzing with Polygamist? Because we want to associate it with the modern day society. We want to understand why there's so many riots in school. We want to understand why the millennials are really divorcing. We want to understand why this Jay-Z is not staying in marriage. We want to understand why so many women in prison and they are very beautiful, and they say I stabbed them 19 times. We want to understand why corporate women like us, we are not attracting the right people. I am a book to read with. So this is what we shall be doing at Grace Muthuma show. We want to thank Becky for being with us today, for your time, for this. And asante sana. See you next week, and for the next show we shall still have Becky. Asante sana.